Hey guys, Dave here. Today I'm going to show you a quick way to add reference objects in order to track your arcs while animating. So this is what I'm going to do. Okay, so I have my rig here, and what I'm going to do is create a polygon cube. Okay, let's put this cube over here. Or you could create a polygon sphere. Okay, the difference is what we're going to do is attach these objects to any of the points you need to track while animating. For example, it could be the wrists, it could be the elbows, it could be the shoulders, it could be the nose, it could even be the body itself. Making, for example, if we made this like this, right, bigger. So for this example, I'm going to use it on the wrist and one for the nose. Now the difference, if you use a sphere or if you use a box, well, spheres I like to use them because while you're tracking, you're putting your points, you can see clearly the arcs, but also sometimes you can't, so it's better to use a sharp edge because it's sometimes easier to follow sharp edges instead. Okay, so how do we do this? Okay, first of all, what we're going to do is, let's say, we're going to grab the controller where we want our object to be. Then we're going to select the polygon. Go here to space bar to bring up the hotkey menu. Go to Constraint Point. Okay. Now here in the outliner, you'll see your geometry. We're going to delete this. Okay. We're also going to go here. I'm going to rotate it. Something like this, so I can track this point. If you want to be exact, okay, you can go to your channel box and put a 45-degree in your Z. Okay, then we're gonna go and modify freeze transformations and edit delete by type history. Okay, now what we're gonna do is simply again grab the controller, then Shift select the object, go to constraint and parent constraint. Okay, so now if I move my rig around, you see that the geometry will follow, okay, because it's constrained. Now let's do this one for the hips. Okay, so we're gonna grab our body right here, then shift select the geometry, and again constraint, parent constraint. Oh, sorry, we can't do that first. Let's go and undo that. So we select the body, shift select the object, and first it's point constraint because we want the object to go exactly to the anchor point of the controller we're interested. Again, delete the point constraint, select the controller, shift select the object, and this time we do parent constraint. So then again, if you move around, there it goes, the geometry with it. Okay, cool. Now I recommend that you have your rig on a display layer, and you also have your geometries and display layers so you can hide them and really focus on the geometry itself, right? Now what happens if I select this and I move it? Okay, whenever I move my rig as it's parented, it will move with it, so nothing will happen really if you move the geometry. But as you don't want to select it, what you could do is select your geometries. Oh, let's do it in the outliner, it's easier. Select both of them with shift. We're going to go to the attributes. We're going to go to the shape. Here, an object display. Scroll down. Drawing overrides. Scroll down. Enable overrides. And now the display type we're going to put as reference. So this way I will be able to select the geometry. Okay, enable overrides, reference. Okay, just the controller. Okay, so let's say if you're animating, I don't know, let's press S here. Let's go here, 8 frames. We're gonna drop it down, 16. I'm gonna drop it over here. I'm exaggerating right now, but let's go 24. We're gonna drop it down. Okay, I won't worry about the legs right now. Okay, probably something like that. Okay, so if you see your graph editor and you go to your y-axis, you can see your curves, kind of like the bouncing ball exercise, right? That's what matters when you're animating the hips. So sometimes it's confusing to see the whole rig body, so you can hide it and just focus, as I said, on the object to track, right? So there you can see your arcs. And now you can also select here on the outliner and go here to animate and go selected. Let's bring out the checkbox. You can here tweak all the settings. For example, I'll have it here as 1 frame before and 1 frame after. Step size 1, custom frame steps. Go ahead and ghost. So I can see what's going on with my arcs, right? You could either do that, or also you could use some sort of software that allows you to paint over the desktop. I use Scribble for Mac. There's also other software programs for PC like Desktop Marker. Okay, so let's say we have this one right here. Okay, you can even, let's say, let's bring out the rig again. Select the controller and really go to your keys. Okay, let's delete this. Okay, there's my starting point. I'm gonna go here to the next key, right here, to the next key, right here, and to the next key, right here. Okay, so let's say I might want to tweak my bounce here and probably bring this one over here so I can have it like this, or probably it's not that bad, or something like this right here. So I just simply go to my key, select my controller, boink boink. Oh, this is a starting point, no wonder. Okay, let's, in that case, maybe I want my to be this one, my following key right here. Okay, so I select my controller and move tool, maybe move it right here. Well, you can follow along, right? So you can either use your desktop marker or you could use a ghost tool. There's also a great plugin by Chris Superberg called the Blue Pencil. I recommend you guys check it out. What it does, it allows you to paint over Maya. So that's a tip. You can search for it in the web, Blue Pencil for Maya. And that's it. Well, now let's see the other example. Right? Okay, let's say we have here this. And I want to move it. Again, you can track the pointy part of your object in order to see the in order to see the arcs, right? And well, depends on what you're animating, but that's the trick. Now, for example, for the head, because I said I was also going to explain the head, right? Okay, let's bring out again a cube. Now, fortunately, we have this controller over here, right? The nose. We can select our nose and then our cube. Again, go here to constraint, point constraint, right? Delete that constraint on the outliner and probably move this one to -45 and probably, yeah, I guess that's okay, or not. Let's see. Maybe something like that so I can track this point. Okay, once we have it, again we modify freeze transformations and edit, delete by type, history. And okay, let's put here 4. What I'm going to do is select my controller. Now, if you don't have a controller right here, you could also do it with the head controller, right? Select the head controller and then shift select your geometry and go ahead and constrain parent constraint. Have your geometry in a display layer like so. It's this one. You can name them if you want. Let's put here nose. Okay, save. And now when you move along your rig, the geometry will move also. And as I showed you before, you can track the points using a ghost tool for this, right? Or using a desktop marker of some sort. So that's it. That's a brief tutorial. I hope you guys find it handy and useful for your animation experience. Have a great and wonderful time animating. Cheers!